There's a much broader business world than what we see right here in the United States. I'm Dr. Newell Wright. I run the Center for Global Initiatives, and our goal is to get faculty and students outside of the United States. There's a lot of research that shows the value of what study abroad can do for a student. Students who study abroad get better jobs and internships with name brand companies at higher pay than students who do not study abroad. They learn how to do business in a different context, and when it comes to be interview time, their experience abroad sticks out in the interview process. And that's one of the reasons why I think they get the better paying jobs.
So one of the issues historically, recent history in Germany, was the high cost of reunification. Moving the federal government back.
Students are going to go out into a workforce that is increasingly multicultural and diverse. And the skills that they learn in study abroad programs will directly help them. When we take them to China, it's the culmination of a trip where they've had a summer to learn about the Chinese business environment. And when we're in China, we do a collection of cultural and historical visits, business visits, and governmental visits.
What I learned probably most from the China trip is just when you hear about the growth that's going on in China and you see for yourself just how much growth there is. For example, one of the statements that we heard on the bus a lot was there's the state bird, which was a construction crane, and everywhere you looked across the landscape you saw construction and commerce going on.
Going to China was probably one of the best decisions of my life. Being able to walk on the Great Wall was amazing. It was truly amazing. It was probably the best part of the trip for me.
It's an item that was on my bucket list, so I was very excited that we got to go, and it was just great to actually be there on the Great Wall of China rather than reading about it in a book. It was almost a surreal experience.
You have to take a client up to the wall. It was a long walk, which was very scenic, and then once we got up to the wall, what was so impressive was just how massive and just the respect that you have for how they built this.
So I loved the entire trip. It was really neat because we got to see the cultural aspects of China as well as visit a lot of businesses that are in China. So I felt like it was a very well-rounded trip.
What study abroad does is it opens your eyes and it expands your horizons. It gives you something new to think about. It gives you a different context. It helps you to see that not everybody in the world is just like you. In fact, they're very different.
I wanted to go on the trip the most was because, these are kind of cities and countries that I would never think about going on my own.
Each country we went to was totally new.
They were so much different from each other.
From Auschwitz to even downtown Krakow, to Berlin, to the start of Berlin, all the students just took in every moment.
Lost almost 70 members of her family on a day of arrival.
It's a new perspective on things and totally different. You can go online, you can look at them, but it doesn't do it justice. And that alone makes this whole thing worth it.
But book learning is not the same as actually being there and gaining experiential knowledge.
And the food everywhere you went was so good. It was so different than back home. Ate pig knuckles, which was pretty cool.
Interesting experience.
Food was really good. It wasn't what I expected. A lot of traditional dishes. I'm a picky eater, but I always found something that I liked to eat.
The food is great. Again, this experience, I will never forget it.
Had several students who go abroad and they learn that, hey, I'm the one who doesn't speak the local language. I'm the one who, if I do speak the local language, speak it with an accent. I'm the one who doesn't know what's going on, and I'm the stranger that's lost here. And it's a very, very healthy thing for these students to encounter that. Study abroad is one of the single most impactful things you can do in college. A 50-year retrospective study at the University of Georgia system found that for the past 50 years, the number one thing that impacted students' lives was study abroad. It had an impact rate of 84%. Merci beaucoup de m'avoir parlé au sujet d'étudier à l'étranger.